Hey Fit fam, this is Tay the Great from Fit Sanity. Today's show is sponsored by F&A Distribution, your local laser, steel, and cut crew. Need custom brackets, plates, or gym signage? They'll cut it, label it, and have it ready to bolt on. Just visit fnadistribution.com and tell them Fit Sanity sent you.
Yeah. Yeah, we back in the zone. Time to tighten the frame. Mind sharp, body strong. Yeah, we lifting the game. Fit Sanity, see the crew. We be breaking the limits. No excuses, no fear. We go hard every minute. Tay the Great in the lab. Jordan holding it down. We talk health, real life, how to rise from the ground. If you ready for the change, take a breath, lock in. It's the podcast for the warriors. Let's begin. 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 Let's begin.
Stop restarting your life every Monday. I'm going to say it again. Stop restarting your life every Monday. I think a lot of us needed to hear that twice. So, welcome back to another episode of Fit Sanity. I'm glad you're here today. Today, this episode is a little something different. This one's a little bit more of a personal episode. It's a real conversation I've had with myself at 11 o'clock on a Sunday night, laying in bed, doom scrolling through meal preps or telling myself I'm going to do better this week. I'm pretty sure we can all relate to that. For some reason, for me, on a Sunday, it seems like when I know I have to get up, there's a little bit of anxiety because, you're starting your work week over. You're hoping to do better than what you did last week, right? Sounds familiar? So here we go. So on this episode, it's just going to be me, your host, Tay the Great. And we're just going to try to get real personal for a little bit and just have a regular conversation, right? So I've done it more times than I can count. The Sunday night reset ritual, writing a new plan, downloading a new app, buying a new journal, just basically restarting from scratch. Like last week didn't happen. And then Wednesday rolls around and then something throws me off. Stressful work day. Maybe I skipped the workout. Dinner didn't go as planned. And then suddenly I'm like, okay, maybe I'll start again next week. That's that whole part of restarting your life every Monday. And we're going off the previous episode of falling off, coming back. But we're trying to break that cycle. So we're going to talk about why we keep doing it, why you keep doing it, what's going on, what's under the hood, and most importantly, what to do instead. So this episode is going to hit on 4 big truths. And fair warning, some of them they might sting a little, even for myself, but I'm saying them from a place of love. And because I've had to say them to myself first, right? So let's get into it. So first one, you're not starting over, you're starting from experience. I want to start by reframing something. So when you fall off, you miss a week of workouts, you eat like garbage for 3 days, you skip your water, you skip sleep, you lose sleep. Your brain cells tell you that you're starting from zero. You ruined it, and you have to start over. You lost all your progress. But that's not how any of this works. Here's an analogy I love. You know how when you're learning to drive for the first time, you get behind the wheel, you're terrified. You're thinking about every single thing, the mirrors, the gas, the brakes, the other cars. It's overwhelming. And a few months later, you're just driving, having a conversation, singing along to the radio. You're navigating about it, and you're not even thinking about it at that point. So it goes from you being stressed out about learning how to drive to now you know how, and you do it without thinking about it, right? So now you just say if you don't drive for a month, did you forget how to drive? Nope. You get back in the car, it comes back immediately. because your body and your brain have already built those pathways, right? So fitness is the same. You're not starting from zero, you're starting from experience. Every workout you've ever done, every healthy meal you've ever eaten, every night of good sleep, every time you chose the stairs instead of the elevator, that's in you. Like, that's literally stored in your memory. It didn't disappear because you had a bad week. Remember when I came back from a period where I fell off? Me personally, maybe it was I had a injury, maybe lifting too much weight, maybe hurt my back a little bit. I definitely did that once before, or twice or three times. But it stresses you out. You get emotionally exhausted, mentally exhausted, and you just can't figure out what's happening, right? And then when you get back in the gym, it feels like you're starting from scratch. But when I got back into it, like 2 weeks in it, I felt like, dang, I'm strong. I feel good. My body feels stronger. So it's just like your body remembers, like what we call that muscle memory. So the narrative that you lost everything is a lie your brain tells you that makes you want to restart. It feels more dramatic, but it's really not. And I guess we really buy into that Monday thing when we should really stop buying into the starting over Monday, because you're not starting over, you're continuing. Basically, you're picking back up where you left off. And here's the real kicker. And you know what's crazy about everything is you only truly lose progress when you stop for good. One bad week doesn't undo months of work. Quitting does. So if you stop for good, then it's all gone. But if you don't stop for good, it's still there. It's still in you. All right, so here's the second truth. Motivation is a lie. I think we've said that before on episodes, right? And we got to stop chasing motivation, right? Like, motivation will keep you confused because you're not going to feel like it all the time. So I'm pretty sure this is the one that I know some of you are going to push back on. But hear me out, all right? Motivation is a feeling. Feelings are temporary. Feelings come and go based on your sleep, your stress, your hormones, whether your coffee was good this morning. Feelings are not relatable. And yet so many of us have built our entire fitness and health practice on top of a foundation of motivation. And then when the motivation leaves, we're shocked when it crumbles, right? We're shocked when you don't feel like going to the gym. You don't know what happened. So waiting to feel motivated is like waiting to feel like doing the dishes. You're never going to feel like doing the dishes or carting the yard, right? You do them because it needs to be done. You clean because you need to clean. It's just a part of how you take care of your home. Just like your body. You're not going to feel motivated to work out all the time. But like I've always said, your body needs this. It is not optional, right? That feeling is real. And it's also it's going to last you for 4 to 7 days before your brain go, okay, we've assessed this new thing, this new threat level. Now we're going to resume normal operations. But it just takes a while for you to get to it. It's like neuroscience, right? Once something stops being new, the dopamine hit fades, and we essentially don't want to do it anymore because it's not new, right? So if the motivation isn't the answer, what is it? Obviously, you guys can probably say it for me. It's discipline, habit, systems, identity. So there's a concept I've been sitting with a lot lately. The idea that instead of asking, do I feel like doing this? You can ask, who's the person I want to be? Not what I want to be, who I want to be. And what does that person do in this situation? Someone who's fit and healthy, doesn't work out, they really don't feel motivated, or do they feel motivated? They work out because that's who they are, right? It's non-negotiable. When you are fit and when you actually take this thing on as a lifestyle, it's not a thing that you're going to negotiate with yourself or anybody else. You know you have to go to the gym. There's no hype required. It's just one of those things you have to get up and do. You have to get up and take care of your body. Now, I'm not saying that motivation is bad. I'm saying it's a bonus, not a requirement. Use it when you have it. And when you don't, fall back on the system, discipline. Even if you have music that you listen to, get you a discipline list, get you a routine, build a routine that's so simple and embedded in your day that you won't have to decide to do it. You just do it, because deciding takes energy. It takes a lot of energy. Think about the last time you had to ask your significant other what they wanted to eat. We all had that conversation. And remember how much energy it took when that person wanted to eat? Or you guys had that whole thing where it's just like, okay, well, we'll just get whatever because somebody can't figure out what they want to eat. So what I'm saying, when we're doing this, we're basically creating an opportunity for yourself to opt out. So stop waiting to feel like it. Start doing it anyway. The feeling follows the action, not the other way around. All right, this is the third truth. You are not too busy. You're just not prioritizing. So anyone that knows me knows I've had to say this, right? So listen, I need to say something right now. And I mean it like with no judgment and all love, because I've said it to myself. And if you know my schedule, I've had to say it to myself too many times. You're not too busy. You're prioritizing your health. Now, before you close the app, stay with me because this isn't about shaming you. This is about being honest with yourself so you can actually change. We all have the same 24 hours. I know that sounds like a motivational poster. It sounds cliche. I know it also feels deeply unfair because some people have more obligations, responsibilities, and more of that chaos that we talk about, especially in the morning. And that's real. And we all have the chaos. But also, we make time for what we decide matters. I think Sherry said that on the last podcast. Think about the last time you really wanted to do something. Like really wanted to. Maybe it was a concert, a trip, or catching a silly season finale of a show, your favorite show. Somehow something happened, that thing happened, but you found time. You're always going to find time to do what you want to do. You'll make it work because it mattered enough to you to make it a priority, right? I had a season in my life where I was genuinely convinced I didn't have time to work out. And I mean, working 2 jobs, going to school, commuting, kids, doing all of that stuff. And then I had to really think about it like, okay, you still find time to watch TV. You still find time to play Call of Duty or play some video games. And then you still get your sleep. So was I too busy, or was I just not prioritizing what I was doing? I had time. I just wasn't choosing to use it in that way. And once I personally admitted that to myself, then I couldn't keep making excuses. And you have to do the same thing. Now, 30 minutes. That's all I'm asking for. Not an hour, not a 2-hour gym session. 30 minutes of movement 3 to 4 times a week. Bare minimum. I talk to every client. I tell them at least 3 times a week. Bare minimum. Like, that's less than 2% of your week. 30 minutes 3 times a week just to move your body. But here's the thing. You have to decide that you're worth 2% of your week. Your health is worth that. Because you're pouring into other people when you're watching the shows and everything like that. How about you pour into yourself? So let's talk about that for a second. Why do we deprioritize ourselves? A lot of it's conditioning. We're taught that taking care of others is selfish, taking care of everyone else. But ourselves, if we take care of ourselves, we're considered selfish. I hear a lot of mothers say that. But here's the truth. You can't pour from an empty cup. The version of you that takes care of your body, that moves, that rests, that fuels properly, that version is better for you. It's a better friend. It's a better partner. It's a better parent. It's a better employee. So you have to take care of yourself. It's not selfish. It's the foundation. So stop telling yourself you're too busy. Start telling yourself the truth. This is a priority. It's not a time problem. Priorities are the problem. Okay, so now we've done the hard work. We've talked about that part, right? Let's figure out the last part, and that's how to actually fix it, right? And what we actually do about it. And I want to be clear, this is not about overhauling your entire life. We're not doing that. Overhauls don't stick. Small, boring, consistent action stick. We want to start embarrassingly small. And I mean it like embarrassingly small. Like the goal does not have to be big at all. You can just say you're going to the gym and you're just going to walk for 10 minutes. Walk for 10 minutes and then leave. So there's actually research on this, the 2-minute rules, which James Clear talks about in Atomic Habits. The idea that you make the habit so small, it's impossible to say no to. You want to start running? Start your goal for 1 week, put your shoes on, and walk to the end of your driveway. That's it, because the hardest part of the habit is starting. Once you start, the momentum takes over, and then it doesn't feel like pressure anymore. All you have to do is get started. Okay, another thing we want to avoid is stop waiting for perfect conditions. The gym will never be perfectly crowded or not crowded. I know we all love it when there's not anybody there and you can get to any machine you want to, but it'll never be like that. Your schedule's never going to be perfectly clear. Your energy will never be perfectly high. The conditions will never be perfect. Guess what? Do it anyway. Done is better than perfect, right? So you just want to do it, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Even when I put together this podcast, it wasn't perfect, but I decided I just wanted to do it. And like, even if it was mediocre, and a mediocre work day that actually happened is better than something I was just thinking about and I never did, right? So with all of that, I had to anchor new habits. And that's what I think we should all do. Anchor new habits. So habit stacking is one of the most practical tools I've ever used, right? So for example, you attach something new to something that you already do automatically. So for example, if I drink coffee or something like that, if I pour my morning coffee, then I'll do 5 minutes of stretching. So if you brush your teeth at night, maybe write down one thing I'll do for my health or something you'll do. Even if you sit down at your desk, maybe drink a glass of water. I try to make that a habit at work. As soon as I sit down, fill up the water, try to get at least a full glass in. So you're not starting new habits. You're actually linking them to the habits that's already there. So we'll also refine what consistency means. Consistency doesn't mean perfect. Consistency means you keep showing up, even when you miss, even when you skip a day, even when the week went sideways. Consistency is the long game. It's doing something at 80% over years, not 100% every single time. You're never going to be 100%. I mean, you might be on your game 100%, but it's very rare. There's always something wrong, either mentally, physically, or emotionally. Give yourself permission to be imperfect. Like, give yourself permission to be a little inconsistent sometimes, but the whole thing is you want to keep showing up for yourself, because if perfection is your bar for consistency, you're gonna fall short. No one's perfect, and I know you'll always hear that. You'll always be restarting every Monday, right? Also, rule. One of the most practical mind shifts I've adopted: you're allowed to miss once. You're not allowed to miss twice. Miss a workout on Monday? Fine. That's okay. Get your rest. You probably needed it. But you will be at that gym on Tuesday. You're going to walk in, do something, at least 30 minutes, right? Because one miss is a blip. Two miss, you're starting to start a new pattern. And that pattern is someone is like, I don't feel like working out. Then you start building those excuses. Then it's like, do I really need this? Boom, another excuse. You start putting those in your head, then guess what? You're making a habit of making excuses. So in practice, 3 accountable things to start this week. Not this Monday, this week, today. 1 workout. Any workout, doesn't matter how long, just do something, do it with intention. Another thing, 1 good meal, not a perfect day of eating, one good meal where you pick something that fuels you and make you feel good and you know it's good for you. Last one better decision. Go to bed 30 minutes earlier, drink an extra glass of water, put your phone down a little bit earlier. The small choices that align with who you're trying to become. That's all. Just those 3 things, just stacking them and build from there. And when you miss, then you miss. You can just pick up the next day. You do not have to overthink it. This. Every single week, millions of people tell themselves that this Monday is the day. And then they spend Sunday making a plan, setting alarms, laying out workout clothes, like all the things that we do at the beginning of the week when we're going to start something new. And it feels good. It feels like progress, right? But that's not the progress. It's an illusion of progress. Real progress happens on a Tuesday when you don't feel like it and you've had a bad day. Real progress happens when you choose the salad, not because you're on a diet, because you're someone who's take care of themselves. Real progress is quiet, it's unglamorous, and it's completely undramatic. You're doing the things that people don't see. You're working in the dark. You don't need Monday. You don't need a reset. You don't need a new app or a new plan or a new version of yourself. You need to start again today, right where you are with what you have, exactly as you are. And the more you do that, the better you're going to be. All right. So, like I said, this episode was personal. It was just one of those things I feel like I needed to get out and we discuss without all the noise. The next episode, I can't wait to get everyone back in here. Shout out to all of my co-hosts, Jordan, Sherry, Bernard, everyone that shows up, the clients. You're going to be seeing a little bit different Fit Sanity podcast. Hopefully we'll be launching with videos and workout instructions very soon. Don't forget F&A distribution for all your laser cut and steel needs. The tailor-made wellness boot camp is officially started. Saturdays, 8 a.m. Show up. It's a good workout, a good team, good community. I love to have you there. And again, I really hope I hope this hit home for you. And if it did, share it with someone who needs it. Leave a review that you're loving the show. And if there's something we could do better on the show, please leave a review so we can make the adjustments. Until next time, stay fit, stay focused, and stay sane.
Yeah, we crush it today. Now it's time for the flex. Mind heavy, heart steady. We demanding respect. Fit Sanity, the code. We don't break, we don't bend. Every setback is set up. Every loss is a win. Keep the pressure on your goals. Let it sharpen your aim. Hustle hard, move smart. Stay ahead of the